Hello, everybody, and welcome to the semifinals of our February League. I am your co-commentator, Mr. Jack Dax, and our primary commentator is Doc DeLeo. How you doing, Doc?
I'm doing great, Mr. Jack Dax. I'm excited for this semifinal game. We have a very fun classic match between a tempo deck, Sultai Delver, and Blue Green Omnitell, which is like the pretty much the last standing of the Omnitell list because let's be real, Veil Summer is just that good that it can carry the deck.
Honestly, it's a pretty sweet list. I was a little surprised there's no Eureka. I mean, this is a proxy-friendly format here on the MTGPL. Eureka is typically played as a one of an Omnitel. It's a lot of fun. For those who don't know what it does, it is a card that you end up playing similar to a show and tell variant, where you continuously put things into play until no one puts any more cards into play. The actual definition of it, current day, is a little different because
Yeah,
the old writing was not exactly correct on
yeah,
it.
it
From
was really
Legends,
bad.
only ever printed
Yeah,
once.
Yeah, but I think instead of going up with the one Eureka in the deck, I think they're doing the third Sylvan Library, and I honestly don't hate that. Your life total really doesn't matter in this deck, and you could very easily just take eight, and then just slam Emrakul Grizzlebrand, and you win. The one thing I'm noticing here is there's no release the ants combo, which I always found to be like a staple in most of like the Omnitel Sneak and Show list to win through a clogged up board state, if you will.
No, I agree. It's kind of a way to get around, any sort of elves play. We still see those nowadays because it's rather more expensive now than anything to play that deck. But since we are
Hmm.
proxy friendly, you totally can proxy up your Gaia's Cradles and your Allosaur Shepherds, almost $90 cards. And it seems like we're going to start off with a fetch. Good old Onslaught fetches. Gotta love them.
Oh yeah, they look like the best. And as we've seen lately, at the filming of this, we got the new Time Spiral Black Borders coming back in here, and they look so good. I'm very excited for them.
Yeah, I'm looking
But
at the Time Spiral spoilers, and I'm very hyped to see that Ponder and Old Border. The True Name Nemesis in foil is going to kill me though.
oh
Current
yeah,
foiling on that is from Battlemon is like $100. I can only imagine what it's going to be in Old Border foil. Ugh.
yeah, it's gonna be expensive, but we are seeing one of the better starts from down to one life for the Delver list. This is exactly where Delver wants to be. Is that turn one Delver to apply the pressure? This is a bug Delver shell, so it does have the black green splash, and in there it gives you Assassin's Trophy, and this is also a for him to Turok list. So it's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
really interesting to see if those main deck Veil will protect and convert easily against those hymns.
Yeah, honestly, I really enjoy this deck list a lot. You're playing the two Hooting Mandrills. It's probably one of my favorite Delve cards. It's got the trample on it too, which makes it even better. And of course, we're seeing the former All-Star of Modern Termagoyf come out here. It's been seeing a lot of resurgence in play recently, thanks to the bug list and the rug list that were coming out. Rest in
Yeah,
peace, big Arcanist energy, but at least Goyf's coming back.
Yeah, Goif has become really strong lately, and I've been very much on the side that Goif is going to come back in a big way here. We are going to see a return to good, effective two drop creatures or delve creatures in the meta now that Oko is gone, as well as things that were like powerful and then like got elked immediately, like hey, Monastery Mentor and stuff, and Young Pyromancer. I really do think like those decks are going to shift back to the old threats in a big way.
As these are open deck lists, you can see Champagne is searching for a snow-covered island in a snow-covered forest. Um, there isn't an exact reason in the deck that I can see that they need snowlands, but um, he is conceding to the
Well,
fact that there are wastelands in Down to One Life's deck. So,
yeah, and that's the thing is the blue green variant can very much play almost exclusively on basics. Blue red, if I remember correctly, was on double island and sometimes with a mountain. And but blue green, you can do the entire thing off of three islands in a forest easily.
of course.
And I mean, this allows them to play things like back to basics in the sideboard and stuff like that, which this list does not have though.
Mhm. We're seeing the flip of the Hymn to Torok to get the Delver to flip. Not something you want to see every day, but you've seen the tropical island already, so no double black. Less of a problem.
Yeah, and this is what I was gonna say is really important is because you really have to time those hymn to Torox well now. You can't just jam them and expect them to convert because of the fact that just Veil is so prolific. So if you're jamming it into an open fetch land, oftentimes it's gonna be too late and it's not gonna be effective enough because they're just gonna draw a card off it and protect themselves.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things that either you play it and force them to have it, or you don't. And that's the
Yeah.
endless decision making of, do they have it? Do they not have it? I don't want to check this. Do I check this now? It's also interesting to note because down to one life could have no. He hard played the tropical island, not fetching for it. My mistake.
Yeah, he
I was thinking of another match potentially earlier, but it seems like we're
yeah.
gonna see a ponder.
So when it comes to Champagne's deck, what you're also not seeing in this list, where you're bringing up the Snowland, a lot of them have moved away from Ice and Quirtle. They just want more permission based effects, so they're bringing back the Flusterstorm in the main, as well as the fact that they're just replacing with Sylvan libraries because, like, having a Quirtle that isn't as easily turned on because there's no more Astrolabe in the format, like, really does show that the power that is lost from the Astrolabe being gone now.
Mhm. And I do find it interesting that we're going to see the shuffle off the ponder. So the two cards that were put down must have been something that they didn't like from the Sylvan Library, and then the extra card was just apparently something that they didn't want either.
I'm guessing I'm guessing a third land.
Hmm.
Yeah, because both players right now stuck on two lands. The difference is that Down to One Life has this solid clock.
Yeah, and really, if you're playing a Delver variant, you're playing a tempo format, so you don't really care that you're down on two lands. That's enough to daze
Mhm.
twice if you need it. Float mana,
Yeah,
of course.
exactly. The Delver Shell will live off of that 1/2 mana easily, but it's one of the things is you never want to give a combo deck too much time. If you give a combo deck too much time and too much time to set up, they're eventually going to find the combo plus protection from it.
We're going to see the Wasteland. It's not going to really generate any threat level here right now. It just taps for mana. The unfortunate secondary mode of Wasteland, but it does its job.
Personally, that's been my mode with Wasteland, and for the last couple of times I've played it, I played against ninjas 3 times in my last tournament, and there's no Wasteland targets there. They fetch basics the entire time.
Of course, no. I played in Dead Gael a lot. It usually gets used like immediately.
Oh yeah,
Usually,
oh yeah.
but sometimes it gets tapped for other reasons. Liliana's
I,
Triumph.
so right here, this is lethal. I think on the next turn, if Down to One Life is able to get a single card to like power up that Goyf in the yard.
You
So
need
we haven't
an
seen.
instant. So
Yeah, a single an instant would do it. And let's see. I mean, at this point, I'm thinking that Down to One Life might even be holding up a Drown in the Lock because that card converts right now very easily.
oh yeah, and we're gonna see another round. Very nice that we have land that doesn't get wastelanded here, especially if you're in Champagne spot. You got to be feeling for Champagne. There's not much you can really do in this situation that you have a really good way to get out. You just got to really hope that you don't get hit for too much here. Because you're looking at 5 damage
Yeah,
in the face, and you're going to have to hope that down to one life isn't just going to brainstorm and hit you.
yeah, exactly. And this is what we were talking about, where the best start from Delver in this matchup is quite literally the slam a Delver. If it resolves, flip it as soon as possible, get as fast as the clock is going, and then just sit back, ride that one threat to victory.
Seems like we're going to go down to
Yeah,
three here, and this is a situation you don't want to be in as the combo player. But if you have to be in this situation, there's a lot of ways you can get out.
yeah. Well,
You're playing Emrakul,
even
you're playing Grizzlebrand. There are ways to get out of this situation. It's just difficult.
yeah, and that's what I was saying is so from this point, it's really hard for a Omnitell player to really leverage that Grizzle brand where you can draw 7 life and stuff like that. Uh, I don't know Okay, so if I remember correctly, when it
Cunning
comes to
Wish.
Omnitell, they're just going to get the Omniscience, Cunning Wish for shared summons, get both an Emrakul and a Grizzlebrand, cast both, and then from there you can take the extra turn and swing in. But right now, like just a raw show and tell into like Emrakul or Grizzlebrand just doesn't do it right now.
Honestly, it's very difficult here. Incidentally, they could be grabbing a Veil of Summer if they really wanted it. Um, just depends on what kind
Yeah,
of hand they have. And you're looking at almost what a full 7 on down to 1 life side. This is very
yeah.
precarious and very much
If I
the
if
seat of I'm just trying to get something.
if I'm down to one life, I am 100% countering this.
Oh yeah,
Because like this is the where the fight is because this is gonna power up your Goyf and this is gonna force action. And you know they can't show and tell right now. They're tapped out. Yep. So you draw on the lock, and that powers up Goyf, and now there's two lethal threats on the board.
oh yeah.
Oh, that was an end of turn
Mm-hmm.
Cunning Wish. Okay.
Definitely don't want to be doing that mid turn just to get hit by a Goy for a little bit more.
Yeah.
Not a lot of fun there.
Yeah, but now you're down to Cunning Wish.
Yep.
So yep, and Champagne scooping it up. All right. So now we're going to sideboards here. Let's take a look here at Champagne sideboard since they're going to be on the play this turn, this next game. So we got two Carpet of Flowers, one Flusterstorm, one Spell Pierce, one Surgical, one Veil of Summer, one Echoing Truth, one Return to Nature, one Force of Negation, four Leyline of the Void, one Shared Summons, and one Sublime Epiphany. Now, a lot of this is going to be Cunning Wish targets, but what do you like in this matchup?
Honestly, in this matchup, I'm liking probably the Spell Pierce and the Flusterstorm mostly. Carpet of Flowers is helpful here, but if you really needed a carpet, there's going to be a problem because you're going to grind it down to death already at the point that
Well,
carpet's going to be really relevant.
Well, the way that it works when it comes to like Carpet of Flowers, and this is why I always bring in like two on my board or as well, and like I really do bring them against Delver decks, is because of the fact that it's not just the fact that it gives you color fixing and against a mana denial deck, it allows you to double spell in a turn, and
That's
that
true.
is really big when you're against Delver. So if you're able to double spell or be able to lead off with a cantrip and or cantrip and have protection, or lead off with a combo piece and also have protection in like 1 to 2 ways because you also have one mana for Veil and a Force of Will. It's huge. So that's where I really like Carpet of Flowers, but I do agree with the one Flusterstorm and one Spell Pierce as well. As well as the fact that this is open decklist, so the fourth Veil of Summer coming in here is not terrible against the Hymn to Torox.
I agree. It's gonna be interesting to see how this one plays out.
Yeah. So walk me through down to one lives.
On down to 1 life side, we're looking at 1 Caracas, which is more than likely coming in. A blue elemental blast, a Grafdigger's Cage, a Pithing Needle, 3 Spell Pierce, 2 Surgical Extractions, 2 Abrupt Decay, 1 Liliana's Triumph, a Null Rod, a Jite, and a Toxic Deluge. Um, in this matchup, I'm looking at that Liliana's Triumph.
Yep.
It's going to be very helpful if Emrakul ever lands. You're going to need it badly.
Yeah, I'm in full agreement. I was playing Liliana's Triumph in my sideboard for a long time in my local meta. We have like a Turbo Dash player and a Seek and Show player. It is amazing in both those matchups, and especially in this version where they don't have a Release the Ants combo to go off
Oh,
of.
yeah.
If you nuke one of them, you're good. You're really good. So I really like the Liliana's Triumph here. Um, I also really do like the what's called. I like Grafdigger's Cage, Pithing Needle. Well, Grafdigger's Cage specifically just because shared summons.
Yeah.
It's a very niche thing, but like not exactly the best. But the one of Caracas, the one of Pithing Needle, three Spell Pierce, and the one Lily Triumph I like.
Yeah, I'm also a big fan of the 3 Spell Pierce. That's going to come in handy. If you want to start taking out some out of Force of Negations or Force of Wills,
No,
that's probably where
you
you're going
got
to be.
three Fatal Push to cut first.
Oh yeah, that's true. The 3 fatal push are coming out first. You don't need those.
You cut three fatal push. You already got two brazen borrower in the main, so
You're
you
probably
cut
cutting
the three
dazes
fatal.
too, because you're on the play.
You're on the draw, so I can see cutting one or two
Yeah,
dazes.
sorry, the
But
draw.
I can see three fatal push, one scavenging ooze, and probably one or two dazes, or actually one or two Hinditrox, because this is open deck list. So you know
Yeah,
your
that's true.
opponent is bringing four veils, so you're gonna need some way to like not get have those Hinditrox just rot in your hand.
Yeah, and they don't pitch to days. They don't pitch to force well, so they're not good enough.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, and that's the thing. This being Omnitell, there is some call for things like what's it call it?
You got to keep the assassin trophies in there. You have to.
Yeah, the Assassin's trophies.
You just
Nice,
have
but
to.
it's one of those things that like I've been there. It's so hard to resolve assassin trophy omniscience. It happens. It sucks, but like sometimes it's just what you got to go for.
I mean, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah, that's true. So that being said, if I'm down to one life, I am 100% keeping any hand as a turn one Delver.
Oh yeah, no, you need to be starting yourself in the driver's seat here. They need to take damage immediately. Otherwise, the minute that a Grizzlebrand onto play, you're going to be looking at a very big troublesome time.
Oh
You'll just
yeah,
start paying life
definitely.
immediately just to get more of the combo going. Not something you
Yeah,
want to run into.
and we're talking about a deck that like you have to punish for keeping greedy hands.
We're going to fetch into this. Okay.
What type of one mana response? Like you can spell pierce the Delver.
Fetching for blue. Can't imagine what we're looking for.
Probably.
Brainstorm?
Mm,
Oh, you
you
got.
gonna fight over this?
Seems kind of interesting.
Uh, well, that being said, there is an age-old adage about fighting over the turn one not turn one brainstorm, the turn one Delver, because you know that this is the most important part of down to one life. Just put it off to the side. This is the one of the most important part about Delver's plan is landing the Delver and
Oh,
flipping the
yeah.
Delver. So, do you force a will this? Do you fight over this?
I mean, I guess it just depends on how much you're scared of a Delver.
Or how much your hand is too slow.
Interestingly
But
to note, we could be in a brainstorm lock situation too. Oh, never mind. We already have
no,
the land. Never didn't have it. The
never
classic.
did not have it.
They go for the snow covered island. Snow covered forest. Sorry. Um, not too particularly sure. I guess this is just a carryover from pre-ban of Astrolabe. Not moving over because there is nothing in the list that actually asks for snowlands that I know of.
Yeah, it might be for that marginal mind game of trying to convince your opponent that you have Ice Fang in the deck.
And it seems like we're gonna have a
That
similar start again. Playing another
that
Sylvan
being
Library.
said, I would 100% daze here if I had a daze in my hand. Yes,
Oh
yes,
yeah. Don't let him get card advantage.
yep. I Sylvan Library I think is really going to be a big player in this meta, and so because of that, ooh,
Gonna see the
okay,
spell
and we get a
pierce.
Delver flip. Yeah, it's one of those things that I think Sylvan Library is gonna be really good right now.
Oh yeah.
So you got to fight over the Sylvan Libraries. You can't give combo players the extra time. Okay, so okay, this is what I was about to say. Is like, does Champagne hit the third land drop? That third land drop for Show and Tell. If you're not running, okay, so this is a two City of Traders build.
Oh yeah.
But if you're not running like those soul lands, that third land drop is the scariest land drop for any Seek and Show and Tell, Omnitell match.
You definitely need it. It's very crucial to your game plan, and you just sometimes have to hope for the out. It seems like we're gonna hope for the out here. That there isn't
Yeah,
another days or anything.
yeah, but he's jamming this right into a known spell pierce.
Yep. And
And
you're just
here's the
praying.
force
You're just praying.
cunning wish.
I'm pretty sure we only have one card left in Champagne's hand. We are actually playing. Oh, two cards.
and it all comes up down to one life. Yeah, force pitching
Ponder.
days. Oh, pitching ponder.
Yep.
Yeah, and there we go.
Not where you want to
And
be.
down to one life is very much square in the driver's seat here.
Going down to 10. Not where you want to be
And
as the combo player. And
that
that's
being said,
definitely what you don't want to see as the combo player.
oof.
I think we just got a
That being
flash of
said,
his hand triggers.
that would have been like the best place for him to Turok there. Your opponent has 2 life, they're not 2 lands, 2 cards in hand. They're tapped out. Slam that him to Turok, and just even if it's an Emrakul, you don't care because it empties out their yard as well. And this is a Mystic Sanctuary deck.
Oh, yeah. I think they're going to swing for 4. I think it was a Brazen Borrower on the potential flip.
Mm-hmm.
I know we saw Soul Land from Champagne, but the other card in his hand was a land. So we're assuming the missing card is something else entirely. But
It's
there is
probably a
limited
payoff.
footage, I would imagine.
It had to.
Gotta be a fatty.
It's got to be a fatty. Yeah.
Ugh.
Are we?
This is looking bad.
Yeah, this is one of those moments that honestly, this is where the combo player does not want to be. Okay. So Mystic Sanctuary is now online. So if this Delver flips here, it's over. But if not, there is a chance. Ooh,
I mean, you're still taking 4 here. You go down to 1 life. Not where you really want to be.
yeah. Oh wait, no, the Mystic Sanctuary is not turned on because it requires double fetch.
Is it 3 or more islands?
Yeah, you need 3 or more islands.
And Mystic Sanctuary counts as an island, doesn't it?
It
It
counts
counts
as
it.
an
It counts
it counts
itself,
as an
right?
island, but it does not count itself. You need three
Ah,
other islands.
okay.
Yeah.
I always forget
Yeah,
about that.
Mystic
I never play
Sanctuary
Mystic
enters the
Sanctuary.
yeah. Let's control 3 or more other
Yeah,
islands. Yeah.
that's killer.
That's harsh.
Gotta pray for that one island. Yeah, we're gonna need a trop here. Guess you're just praying to hope to draw, ponder something into a show and tell. There's only so many ways you can go about this.
Yeah.
Really rough.
Okay. So
Moment
are
of
we
truth here.
going to see Yeah, I think Champagne has to top deck a cantrip into show and tell, or cantrip into show and tell, or show and tell.
Nope.
Oh,
We don't
yep, there
got
was
we
the
don't got a jack.
omniscience. And that's GG. Down to one life, taking the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Yep, showing off the
2-0.
brains of Bauer.
Yeah, ooh, a Liliana
So,
Triumph too. That wouldn't have been a lot of fun.
ooh, yeah, that was breaking. Like honestly, hey, down to one life had all the tools for this matchup, and I mean that's just what Delver deck would want to do.
Ah, such a shame. There's really nothing to be drawn into. Nope.
So
We're not
that
drawing anything. Ugh.
no, no, those top decks were pretty harsh. So that brings down to one life into the finals. So no, we'll be right back with our next match, and have a good one. And everybody, thank you for watching the semifinals.
Yeah, and for those who don't know who we are the MTGPL Discord, the MTG Paper Legacy Discord. We do host these events all the time. This is part of our February monthly league. The March league had just started recently. Unfortunately, registration is closed, but every month we do a league, which feeds into our invitational. You get points for the invitational by playing in our league and winning matches. Same thing with our Saturday events as well as our Sunday bi-weekly events, which are our Sunday tournaments for the EU-centric time zone, Saturday tournaments for every Saturday on the NA time zone. You're free to attend either or. You earn points by playing in those and winning matches. And of course, every Tuesday night we have a Legacy Fight Night, which is streamed on our Twitch at twitch.tv/ MTG Paper Legacy. A link for that will be in the description below, along with a link to our Discord if you want to join and play and get on this Legacy action, or just play some casual Legacy over webcam. Come on, join the Discord, be part of the crew. We'll help you through the webcam setup or phone setup. It's really easy to do, and it's a lot of fun. And of course, as always, the deck lists are going to be in the description below. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and good luck.
Have a good one, everybody.